The most important classroom experience for me has probably been my experience with honors ethics, which is a class that a lot of students take here, and I think is super important because it gives us the opportunity, one, to really form a relationship with Tom, who's our head of school, and Scott, who's our head of admissions, and it's one of the first opportunities that it really is. Solebury as a whole is a discussion-based class, but it's really the first class I felt where it was entirely discussion-based, and I got to speak to all my peers about, different moral dilemmas and, current political thought and everything that you don't really get the opportunity to always talk about every day, and it puts you in a safe space.
So for me, it was sort of, I think, the very conversational feel of the classrooms. I feel like, during lessons, when the teacher, introduces a topic, it's a lot more conversational, and I learn a lot from my peers more so than it just being kind of a seminar style kind of teaching.
Pretty much every single class I've had with Michelle has been like the best experience because I've always made the stupidest mistakes, but she's never made me feel like less about myself. And she's just really good at making me feel confident. And I'm going into studying math because of her.
The course that I found most challenging while at Solebury, with my time at Solebury, was AP Chemistry that I took with Kayla. For me, it was just the most challenging material. Personally, I didn't always understand how atoms interact, but I did have a really good support system. Kayla is an amazing teacher, and I do believe that if I had had any other experience, I would have understood it even less, but it was pretty challenging. It's a rigorous course, but it is rewarding. I do feel like I've learned a lot throughout the whole year and really got to bond with my teacher Kayla, and always felt like I had the support to come in if I wasn't understanding a concept.
I think my hardest courses, or like most challenging courses, were probably AP US History, because walking into that room I was very not confident, because I've always considered myself a STEM person and not a history language arts person, but taking that course was once again the best decision I took, because I became a better learner at the end of that.
For me, it was the very math heavy sciences. I'm not much of a STEM guy, so it's not super my strong suit, but I was able to meet with teachers during conference and just work on it independently with my peers, and I was able to work around these challenges.
I would say what makes Solebury different from my previous schools is that the teachers do really want you to succeed and want you to be there and care about you, and are always happy to make the accommodations if you need extra time, or if you aren't understanding a concept. They're always going to be there for you, which I didn't have the pleasure of experiencing at my school before.
One of the things that I find is how much they dedicate to learning here in terms of time, especially. In my previous schools, it was just 30-minute blocks for each of these classes that meet every day. But now here we have 80-minute blocks, and it allows for so much more in-depth kind of discussion and learning. Yeah, I like the amount of effort and the amount of time that Solebury dedicates to learning.
I came to Solebury, and every single teacher made me believe that I could be the best at anything that I ever put my mind to. And I think the biggest, proof of that is academically, I'm going to pursue the one thing that I've always liked my entire life, but never really had the confidence prior to Solebury to actually pursue. I think that's the biggest difference. I gained the confidence to believe in myself.